Welcome back to Herald Now. Our panel's here to talk through all the big stories of the day. New Zealand Herald editor Anne Gibson and 818 PR Managing Director Chris Henry. Passports. The government is going with a New Zealand English text first policy and they're making changes. Is this useful or a waste of time?
My eyes couldn't roll any further back in my head about something like this. There is so many bigger fish to fry in our country regarding anything apart from whether Aotearoa should be first. It is one of the legal names of our country. It is part of our national language. It is what sets us different from all over the world. There is no reason why we should be spending time focusing on something like this when there are so many other big things going on in the world.
And your thoughts?
I'm up for a new passport next year, and I have to say I'm going to be very disappointed that Aotearoa will not be first on the passport.
Yeah. Does it frustrate you that there are all these kind of peripheral issues that seems to be a point of focus? I mean, we had the guidelines to the transgender rules; they were axed. You know, what's the issue here? Is it Winston Peters?
I mean, I'm sure Winston Peters has been an issue for many things over many years. I suppose personally, it frustrates me that of all the things that we have going on in the world, these are the things that we are focusing on. It seems a great throwback to what's going on in other parts of the world. And to be honest, I thought we were better than that. I thought that we were the captain of our own waka and out doing our own stuff. So the idea that this is the conversations that we're having versus actually talking about things that are important to our people, it just frustrates me, to be honest.
That's a good point. I mean, speaking about things that are important, health, should we be worried about the use of cannabis in cancer treatment, Anne?
Well, you had the expert on this morning talking about that and talking about the potential conflict between medicinal cannabis and immunotherapy. And he cited some particular areas where there could be the possibility of a conflict. And I think what's being raised at the moment is that more study, more investigation is needed into the area about whether there's a conflict and whether the therapy is reduced by taking cannabis.
Yeah, Dr. Brian Betty seemed to be very much sort of urging caution around its use in general. Your views?
Yeah, I mean, it's medical cannabis is obviously a growth area, and there are scientific proofs for lots of amazing benefits for it. I think where the issue in our market is just a lack of understanding and a lack of ability to talk about it. I know that the industry is heavily gagged in terms of what they can and can't explain to their patients, and I think that level of education is just holding a huge gap for what people can and can't use it for. I wouldn't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think that there are some amazing uses of it. I think it's just about us starting to talk about it a bit more openly and finding some more research to work out what is the right way of using it.
Absolutely, more research required. Now, a pivot to Hulk Hogan, his death. He's been a household name since the 80s. How do you guys remember him?
Well, first of all, it's definitely not been a great week for men of a certain age, is it? We don't seem to be living very long, especially in the entertainment space. But he's an icon. He's been around for years and years. I mean, full credit to his work in terms of taking wrestling to the mainstream. I know he got a little bit right of centre later in life, but you know, he's provided a lot of entertainment and a lot of joy for many people. You're a big fan, I understand?
I was a little Hulkster back in Whangarei when I was growing up.
A Hulkster?
Yeah, a little Hulkster.
Amazing.
And you could get a cassette tape and you'd put it in your ghetto blaster and it'd be Hulk Hogan, we're ready to go. And then you'd get the dumbbells and do a workout. What about you? Were you a little Hulkster?
No, to be honest, he might have been slightly before my time, or he might have slightly passed me by. I didn't have the dumbbells nor the tape or a costume.
Well, you're missing out.
But you know
was
what?
fantastic.
I'm open to it in my later life for sure.
I can sort that out. And
he's totally passed me by in every sense, except when he endorsed Trump. You know, he spoke at the Republican convention, and he was a big MAGA fan, right? And I think Trump is a wrestling fan as well. Is that right? I know
that would make
nothing
sense
about this.
Hey guys, thanks so much for coming in. Anne Gibson, New Zealand Herald property editor, and Chris Henry, 818 Managing Director. Thanks very much.